thank everyone for watching our previous sessions. Recently, we have done a session on NRIs and one on the entrepreneurship. I hope it's benefiting people. We are getting good responses, so we are continuing with the program. This time again, we are coming up with a session for pensioners. Welcome, Nijoe, again to the show, and let's have some details for the pensioners this time.
Welcome all viewers and subscribers to the next session of ours. As Ashish rightly said, so we are planning to have the session exclusively for the senior citizens. But I would like to take 2 minutes to explain why this session is important for us. As a tax consultant, I know that senior citizens are the most serious people or a serious bunch of people when it comes to income tax, or let it be any tax. And they are very serious about that. At the same time, they are the most ignored people also. I mean, we ignore them. We don't give that much of importance for their seriousness, actually. So they may have a lot of concerns. We normally ask our parents and grandparents, we give a lot of importance to their health and food and shelter, everything. But I don't think any one of us might have asked a question, actually, do you have any concerns on income tax and all those things? I know because of my clients, many of the people actually, they are concerned about, even now, because of this pandemic, because of the delays in filing. Out of 10 calls I received regarding the income tax filing delay or the extension, out of 10 calls, at least 8 calls are from senior citizens, actually. So now you can guess actually how important is this for them. One more thing what we have to understand is probably we are all equipped with computers, mobile and smartphones, everything. We have information on our fingertips always, but they may not be as lucky as us because we are running along with that technology and they are not. And we are forcing them to use it many times. For example, now everybody does e-filing, even government forcing everybody to do an e-filing. So they have to 100% depend upon somebody else. We can do it, maybe a salary class person can directly log into income tax department website and file the IT return without much of hassles now because everything has been simplified. But I don't think a senior citizen of 80 or 85 years old, he will be able to do it alone. So this session, I hope it should go to them, even though our subscribers and viewers are not senior citizens. Let us help to reach them also. I will explain in the session actually what are the tax benefits or compliance benefits available for our senior citizens provided by the income tax department. Now, to start the session, I would like to mention one thing. So, senior citizen, as per income tax department, is the person who is 60 years old or above. Anybody who is 60 years or above, he or she is called a senior citizen, and who is 80 year or above he or she is called a super senior citizen. And both these categories has got slight variance in the tax slabs. So when it comes to a senior citizen, if you select the old tax regime or tax slab, up to 3 lakh rupees income is exempted. For a normal citizen who is not a senior citizen, it is exempted only till 2.5. Otherwise, everything is 3 to 5, it is 5%, and 5 to 10, it is 20, and above 10%, it is 30%. So he get an exemption till 3 lakhs. And for a super senior citizen, his income is exempted till 5 lakh rupees. Above 5 lakh rupees, 5 to 10, it is 20%, and above 10, it is 30%, as anybody else, actually. So that is a main tax benefit for a senior citizen or a super senior citizen. Now we will come to the next few points, what a senior citizen will get as a benefit from the income tax department. First one is the standard deduction. Every senior citizen will get a standard deduction of 50,000 rupees from their pension income. I mean, this may not be available for any other income other than the pension income. So another one is the 80D, that is the medical insurance premium amount. Right now, it has been revised to 50,000 rupees for senior citizens and super senior citizens, because normally a senior citizens, the premium amount will be very, very high. So getting 25,000 rupees, 30,000 rupees may not be beneficial for them. So till 50,000 rupees, the premium amount is exempted for a senior citizen. Now, the next one more session which has been introduced recently in the budget is 80TTB, which is almost equivalent to the 80TTA section available for a normal citizen to where a normal citizen will get till 10,000 rupees of interest income from their savings account. Now, for senior citizen who is above 60, he get a benefit of 50,000 rupees under 80TTB, which not only includes interest from savings account, it also includes interest from FDs or even post office deposit, which is actually a lot of benefit for them, because most of the senior citizen will be living or depending upon an FD income and all those things. So FD incomes are normally taxable. Here they get a benefit of 50,000 rupees, which is actually quite a good amount. Now, another benefit is actually 80DDB, which is also available for normal citizens also. But here the limit is 1 lakh rupees. 80DDB is for treatment of certain listed diseases, which includes cancer and few other deadly diseases, actually, which is listed by the department actually, for treatment of that. So any senior citizen will get an exemption of 1 lakh rupees per annum. If you spend any amount against these diseases. Of course, we have to get a certification from the government doctor or maybe a surgeon as a proof. We have been discussing about the income tax rebates and slabs and benefits for the senior citizen. Now, let us see what are the compliance benefits available for the senior citizen. The first one will be the advance tax. Now, as a income tax paying citizen, everyone in India has to comply with the advance tax rule. Normally, if it is a salaried person, normally we don't bother about that because the TDS has been deducted by the employer, so we hardly bother about that. But as far as a pensioner is concerned, the government is not going to deduct a TDS from there. But some banks help the senior citizen by deducting the TDS and all those things. But as of now, as per the new rule by the department, or it's just a few years back, they have removed this TDS burden from the senior citizen. The senior citizen doesn't have to worry about TDS payments. TDS payments are normally like 4 times in a year. We need to calculate the tax and pay in advance. Okay, no, they don't need to worry about that. And what they need to do is just as per the filing time comes, they need to just file calculate their income tax and pay it and just file it. That's all. They don't need to pay anything. If we do not pay the taxes as per the advance tax dates, we are supposed to pay some penalty for that. Non-paying interest as well as penalty is applicable for us. Whereas a senior citizen doesn't have to follow that TDS compliance. This is not applicable if the senior citizen is having a business income or professional income. This is only for pension or salary. Now, another benefit what they can enjoy is actually the TDS deduction. Now, normally the banks will deduct the TDS when we have an interest from the FD and all those things. Till 50,000, a senior citizen can get a TDS exemption also. Bank will not be deducting TDS. They may have to fill the 15H form there every year to the bank. They will not be deducting this amount from them. And besides this, the only compliance benefit what we have is for super senior citizens who are above 80 years old. Currently, they don't need to. It is not mandatory for them to file IT returns online. Even a manual return is accepted for the super senior citizens as of now.
How does the TDS happen for them?
So TDS means it's tax deducted at the source. That means the party who pay them, they are supposed to deduct the money and pay to the government as income tax. Like in case it is happening for you in your salary, your employer will deduct it and pay it to the government. But in their case, actually, the government or nobody deducts the TDS. They are supposed to calculate it and pay it to the government. As a senior citizen, they can calculate their tax themselves. If they know their slabs and all, they can calculate it and they can pay the taxes and they file the IT return. But only thing is that the IT return is going to be online. So maybe they need to take some external assistance to file the IT returns. Now, as a solution for this, Income Tax Department normally, every IT return filing season, normally it is July. Currently, it is postponed, so it could happen maybe in the month of October or November. Every year, they used to conduct a kind of separate place. They will have a filing counter, whether lakhs of people used to come there and take the service of Income Tax Department. to accommodate that much of crowd. Normally they keep it separately, not inside an income tax office. So even senior citizens, a lot of people take that benefit. There you will get the help of income tax officers, PROs, and tax return preparers. Tax return preparers are the tax consultants who are authorized by the income tax department. You can get the help of all these people. And PROs are a set of people actually employed by the income tax department. They are permanently employed, and at any point of time, you can walk into their office and get help from them. Whether it is a query on income tax department or any notice or anything, you can get into the income tax office and ask for the PRO office, meet them, and you will definitely get help.
For pensioners, again, there'll be this question of, what kind of investments they can do, because they are above 60, or if in the case of super seniors, they are above 80. What kind of safe investments they can do, for themselves or for their children? If you can give some tips on that, that would be helpful.
Now here we'll have to again see there are two different things. One is actually for saving their tax. Now, as we discussed last time, all those things what we discussed for the normal, citizens, it's applicable for them also. So safest one for them will be FDs, because for their age, I don't think we have to, or we must be recommending a mutual fund or anything equity related. Anything, we have to make sure actually their investments are safe. So the safest one will be FDs, tax saving FDs are available. Now, there is something called Senior Citizen Savings Scheme available with the post office and banks. I believe it is, even though it is called a savings scheme, they give a good amount of interest, which is almost equivalent to FD interest, where they can even start with some 1,000 rupees over there, and they get an FD interest per annum from that. Of course, the interest will be taxable, but at least they get a good interest from that. Actually. So that always, as senior citizen, we should not be diverting their funds into any risky fund profiles. It is always better to be very safe. Don't even recommend them anything to invest in mutual funds and shares and all those things. Better let them invest into FDs or similar, investments.
In this era, 60 is even young, so probably they may want to be an entrepreneur or something. So are there any benefits for senior citizens to be an entrepreneur, or to invest in any of those things? Is there anything that they should know?
There is nothing separate for senior citizen except the slab. So whatever profit they make from the business or their profession, the slab benefit they will get it actually. Otherwise, nothing separate if they are entrepreneurs.
Okay. And what about these, in the regional cooperative societies, and or it's safer, or is it any, risky thing?
Cooperative banks, as of now, the regional cooperative banks are not under RBI. So I have to say, actually, it may not be very safe to invest in such places actually. As of now, everything is going fine, and very soon government is going to, or the job is on. The regional cooperative societies and banks, everything will come under, all these banks will come under RBI, and then probably it will be a safe place to invest.
Apart from their pension or their regular income, whatever they are getting, they might have investment in apartment or shopping stuff. So what about that rental income? So will there be, is that same as any normal citizen, or is there any benefit for senior citizens from such income?
Yeah, rental income is also taxed. It will be added to the regular income, but only thing is that they will anybody who with a rental income will get a 30% exemption. It's a 30% standard deduction from the total rental income, and also the property tax paid also can be deducted from the income. Like every year you pay tax to the panchayat or municipality, so that also can be deducted from the income. So 30% will be the standard deduction from birth, and plus the property tax paid also can be deducted. And also, if there is any interest paid, even the senior citizen has got a housing loan, that interest also can be adjusted to the rental income. So these are the benefits available. That is not exclusively for a senior citizen. Regular senior citizen also will get the same benefit.
Okay. When if at all a senior citizen has to purchase a property or something, is there, or sell a property, is there anything that they need to be cautious about?
So buying a property, I don't think there is any difference in that. Like anybody else, they can buy the property from anybody, no restriction. While selling also, in principle, there is no difference in that. But then, like anybody else, a senior citizen also must be worrying about the capital gain. How to handle the capital gain. I think one of our session will be coming soon actually to explain the capital gain. So there we'll explain how to handle the capital gain on property, house property. So that is something which they need to be very careful. Another thing, when you discussed anyway about the sale of property, I also would like to just mention also like transferring the property in the name of their kids. You know, writing a will and transferring it and all those things. As of now, there is no tax applicable at that point of time. They can write a will and transfer it as per their wish. They can do that. So today in this session, we discussed about the income tax benefits and the income tax compliance benefits for the senior citizens and super citizens, senior citizens of our country. So I hope you all will like the video. And the only request is, our viewers may not be senior citizens or super senior citizens, but somehow we need to make sure these sessions are reached to them also at the earliest, because it will get benefited actually. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nijoe. I think this will benefit the pensioners, the senior citizens, and the super senior citizens, as you rightly said. And connecting to the capital gain part about the property part and all, I think we for even if it is for the pensioners or any other citizen, I think we'll discuss that in one of the sessions coming soon. Thank you very much.